Good morning, guys. Today, we're about to witness history, okay? And I say witness history because on the program today, I have to hit a RPE 7.5, which might not sound crazy. You know, we've all done it before. 135, 225, all the weights. We've hit it at 7.5 RPE. But this time is different because we're about to enter into PR range. So on my program, it says 7.5 and between 435 and 450. So if I can hit 450 for a double at RPE 7.5, first of all, I've never done that before under 200. I weigh 188 pounds right now, so I'm right above my competition weight. So if I can smoke this, we are ahead of schedule in our planning of our progressive overload going into Masters Nationals. So I'm so fucking excited. I don't know if you can tell how excited I am, but starting Monday, I've been trying to prep. I'm like, electrolytes, stay hydrated. Evenly space out my carbs. Don't have crazy weight fluctuations. Yesterday, slept before 10. This morning, woke up. Don't wake up too early. So we're training at 7 instead of 6. I wanted to set the stage for a perfect squat session. So although today is not a meet, I'm actually fucking nervous because it could be monumental. This is what we've been aiming for the last, I don't know how many weeks I've been working with my coach now, maybe like 20 weeks or something. This is what we're fucking aiming for. We're trying to smoke big weights because this is the second to last block. And if this moves good, then the next block, oh shit, bye-bye. So that's what we're trying to do. So what that means is, usually I get my pre-workout like this. Today, I'll do it like this. You get what I'm saying? You catch my drift? We ain't fucking around, okay? We ain't fucking around. I'm trying to be the strongest senior citizen on earth. So, you know how serious of a day this is to me? Usually, I'll play some stupid ass music, like fucking Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, fucking New Jack Swing and shit. But I ain't fucking around. Cause if there's a chance of making history today, I wanna make sure we fucking crush it. So I'm gonna be serious as fuck, as serious as I possibly can be, which is still probably goofy to most people's standards. But I'm gonna be in the motherfucking zone. I know the range says 435 to 450, but I want that 450 for a double, okay? Cause that will put me in that range where there's a possibility I could even squat more than 500 come May, and that'll be fucking sick. All right. Damn, what fucking tall ass bitch been squatting? Look at this shit. Fucking tall ass bitch. God damn it, fucking with my shit. I'm gonna do everything right. Literally everything right from the ground up. Start with loosen up my neck and shoulders. I always have that problem. And that prevents me from getting a good bar position. Watch me squat 450, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know if I updated you guys yet, but on squat days, I completely changed my warm-up routine. I no longer do the assault bike. I do like a series of running drills. And what I noticed is with the assault bike, yeah, I'll get really warm. My quads feel like there's lots of blood flowing through and it feels good. But my hips don't actually feel that warm and open. And I noticed that's what I need to hit a good squat, because through the progression of the bar 135, putting plates on, my quads will get warm, but my hips, if I don't get them firing and like woken up, I actually will miss depth. So when I have my hips nice and warmed up, I'll be able to find where depth is. And I'll be able to find where depth is, and I sit better like between my legs and slightly past my knees. So that has been like a big game changer, where I've been able to feel exactly like right when I pass depth and I come back up. So that's one thing that I changed, but I still love keeping the assault bike for deadlift and bench because of the whole like leg drive component and pulling the slack out. And also I like just staying athletic, right? Like when it comes down to it, I'm not like a strict powerlifter. I like being an all-around athlete, and a powerlifter is a sliver of what I'm trying to accomplish. If I was one of the greats, you know, like Russ or like Ed Cohen or Austin Perkins, like if I was one of those guys where like powerlifting is life and I'm trying to be the best that ever existed, I probably wouldn't care so much about all these other things. But for me, being strong is like one of the abilities I want to have under my like UFC tail of the tape, so to speak. So because of that, switching up my warm-ups also keeps my body like moving and feeling athletic. And yes, this is horse medicine. I've been training fucking hard. So when you train fucking hard, there's a huge tendency to get tendonitis. And this helps me get through the workout without feeling my fucking knees throb. And then the tendonitis usually goes away like about 2 days later. So I just gotta get through the workout. So if it's good enough for a fucking horse, because it's veterinary liniment, it's good enough for me. It's strong enough to rub on a horse through its fur and for the horse to absorb it. That's how fucking strong it is, which is why it works great when you have no fur. But if you're Armenian, then it works probably normal, because you probably have the same amount of hair as a horse. Some people say, not me. Right, Justin? Just kidding. I ain't taking no chances. No chances today. Even my shoelaces are tight. I'm gonna put my knee sleeves on perfectly. I want that 450, man. But it's gotta be at 7.5, you know what I mean? Can't fuck up the progression. So I'm trying to get everything perfect. So the real main goal is to smoke the 405. Because if I smoke 405, that tells me I'm allowed to take the 450. So that's really what I'm prepping for. I'm trying to move 405 faster than I've ever moved before. Because I'm making all these micro adjustments to my form, I still want to record every set, because I'm trying to memorize my cues with the weight, with the result. Because for some reason, like low bar squatting has never been natural for me. High bar is actually very natural, but I just suck at it. Because of that, I'm always making micro adjustments. And so I never know if I made this adjustment, if it fixed what I was trying to fix. So right now I'm just making sure I break out the hips first, make sure I hit depth and come back up, and really just focus on doing that without my knee sleeves. Because once I put my knee sleeves on and belt on, in my mind it's go time, and I forget all cues. So I'm trying to memorize all cues by plate or 2 plates. I want every progression, like I want every new weight to be perfect. So I really want it, because that'll really set the tone, I think, for the next block. Everything has been going really good. So I'm actually really nervous because even though it's just a regular training session, if you think about it, like this is week 3 of a 4-week block of block 4 or something like that. There's a lot riding on the session. So because of that, to me, I'm like, this might even be more important than the meet, because meet day is just whatever I show up with, I try my fucking best. Today determines how I show up on meet day. We'll see. So I usually never turn on any PR music for 3 plates, but I think we might need something hype to make sure we fucking blast this motherfucker. So even though I farted, possibly sharded, I think that moved good. But I will not check my underwear, because the 7th rule of powerlifting, if you shart during a lift, it's good luck. So you don't want to remove it. So if it stinks around here, blame it on the dogs. Okay. I like it. I like the way the 2nd rep moved. I needed it to move like that. I need 3 plates. So I know I have a good squat session when I hit 3 plates, and then I second guess myself. Should I even take 3 1/4, or should I just jump to 4? Because that's how good it feels, you know? But then this whole block, I'll dial myself back because I want to be a good boy and behave. And I always take 3 1/4. But I love that feeling of like, I don't need that many warm-ups today. The goal here, smoke shows from here on out. 365, then 405. If 405 moves good, we jump you straight to 450. If 405 feels iffy, I'll take a baby jump to 425 and then be a good boy and make a plan B out of it. But plan A, 365, 405, 450. I'm gonna push a little bit right now to squeeze out any last gas so I don't fucking fart or shart. Yep, nothing in the chamber. Felt heavy, but felt like it moved really fast. That's the problem with squats, man. I'm never a good judgment on things. I always record my shit, because I'll feel like my leg's gonna fly off. And then I look at the video, I'm like, oh shit, that shit was smoke show. Yeah, a smoke show for sure. Definitely could have gone a little bit lower. But smoke show. 405, baby. Woo! I think we're going straight to 450. I'm so tempted to just throw 455 on there. I'm like, what's 5 pounds? But 5 pounds is everything. I'm trying to be a good boy. The program says 435 to 450, not 455. So 425, 445, 450, 451. I'm just kidding, I don't even know. But 1, 2, 3, 4. Pop, pop, pop. Yep. Let's do it. Woo! Fuck yeah. 7.5 for sure. Playa. Woo! That was stressful. Now my neighbor's gonna file a HOA complaint for fucking bumping the sickest PR jams. I just needed that, you know? I haven't really like, I know I'm in the 500 range when I can make 450 look like that. Because the last time I squatted 5 something, like 450 needs to feel like an opener, and it hasn't. 450 felt more like second, third attempts, you know, something I really have to like maybe grind out, misgroove a little bit, and that slows down. But today, that felt really good. Felt like I probably could have hit 3 more reps, so maybe even RPE 7, which is really, really good. And my weight's down, so it's not something I have to worry about where I go, fuck, I hope I can still hit that once I cut weight. I'm like pretty close to weight, 8 weeks out, so it feels really good. That was a huge confidence booster. I'm gonna watch the tape and then also use that to intelligently choose what my back offs are, because on my main squat days now, it's almost like a squat marathon. Like after I have my main set, I think I have like 3 or 4 pretty heavy back off sets, but I don't wanna overshoot it because this is actually the second to last week of the block. I have 1 more week in this block where I get to go up 1 more. So this is fucking incredible where I'm able to hit a PR the 3rd week of the block, and the block's not even over. So that's fucking incredible. Like I said in the beginning of this video, history will be made. You know what I'm saying? Finally squat as much as someone's bench, Jesus fucking Christ. I could be a little bit more confident with the depth, just like an inch. If I just move the inch, I don't think it'll slow the bar speed down. But I also got a ton of fucking clothes, so who knows? But it felt like I hit depth. Boom. New levels. Fuck yeah. Sending that to coach and telling him, you're fired, baby. I don't need you anymore. Just kidding. I love him. He's a really good coach, actually. So now we got 4 sets of 5 at a RPE 6. Every single cell in my body wants to do 365 for my back off. But what has caused so much momentum, I believe, is me undershooting my back offs actually. So I'm gonna be a good boy and do 355. Always leaving a little bit room in the tank for my secondary and my next primary squat day. So whatever patterns have proven repeat success, that's what I wanna do. And that's one huge thing I'm learning this time around, is to go based off of results and data rather than ego and feeling. So 355 it is, even though it's not as pretty as 3 1/4. But we ain't working on pretty, we working on strong. And if 355 gets crushed today, I could always do 365 next week. So I'd rather do that versus hit 365 today and next week go, oh coach, I don't know what happened. I feel so fatigued. I had to do 315 as my back offs. Oh no. We don't want to do that. We want to keep that momentum going. Move good, but I made a mistake, so I fixed it. One thing my coach always tells me is finish bracing before I descend. I think there's this bad habit of me wanting to finish my set real quick. So I'll go like this. I'll go, and you're not giving yourself the best structure before you take the weight. So I think I did on my 2nd or 3rd rep. And then after that I went. So I'm trying to get perfect reps. I'm trying to stop thinking of it as a set of 5, but 5 singles. These little details. So thank God we switched some of the exercises around. Today is Thursday. Usually for maybe the last 14 or so weeks, my primary squat day was on Mondays because it would just be easier to peak that way. But we realized that my squat strength keeps showing up on Thursday. So instead of trying to fight biology, we're like, okay, let's move things around and we'll make Thursday your primary squat day. And I don't know, maybe if it's the weekend or something, but Mondays I don't come in feeling strong and locked in. So we use Mondays now as my secondary squat day to kind of prime for Thursday. And that's been very, very effective so far. As you've seen today, hit 450 at a RPE 7 mid-block, which is really, really cool. And the other thing that I liked about that is when my primary squat day was on Monday, I also had bench after. So it was like taking a toll on my bench. So we kept bench on Mondays. Thursdays just kind of became like a traditional, almost like leg day. Like after this, I got a bunch of leg extensions and pretty much just rear delts, and that's it. So it's mainly like a marathon squat day. And just by kind of like studying the data, the trajectory of how things are moving and switching things around, like this new like setup, it almost feels like you're like arranging a track on like Pro Tools, you know, like you put like layer the beats and the hi-hats, press play and see how, and like run it for 3 weeks. And then you're like, oh, I don't know, it's missing something. Oh, instead of the hi-hat going like, tss, 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 let's put on the offbeat. Now it's like, tss, 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 like on the, you know, almost like reggae. And then, oh, does that feel like something? And that's honestly what coach has been doing, just kind of rearranging things, press and play, let it ride for 3-4 weeks. And what I thought was impossible, I always thought progression was linear. We've been experiencing almost like an exponential, like getting things right down here. And in these last couple of weeks, I've been going like this, which is really, really cool. Cause like, even on deads, I was like pulling like 430 or like 420. I'm like, coach, if I need to pull like 600 on meet day, what are we doing fucking around with like 425? And he goes, just wait, get everything locked in. And then these last couple of sessions, I ripped like 450, 460. I'm probably gonna rip 490 tomorrow. So it's just cool how you set everything in place. And then once everything is good, you hit that play button, then the banger is boom, 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 boom. And it's like, that's what we're trying to do. You know what I'm saying? Last set.
When I talk to the shrink, you bet not drink. 99 problems to start with the pink. One in a pink, one in a stink.
Ah!
When you shave it down, is it still mink?
God damn.
Come sue me.
We did it. I'm progressively overloading all my accessories too. Last week I hit 125. So I'm adding another 10 pounds, 135. If I can hit all reps, then next week I might bump it up a little bit more. If not, I'll keep it at 135 for a few weeks. But we pushing fucking hard. Like, I could honestly say this is the hardest I've ever fucking trained for powerlifting my whole life. Like, and it's interesting because, you know, like all you're really doing is exposing your body to stimulus, and then your body will adapt, and that results in strength. And when I was younger, I exposed, probably because I had higher T, but I would expose it to less stimulus and I would get stronger faster. But now I expose it to a lot of stimulus and we found a groove. But that whole age thing is for real, which is why I'm not surprised. Like, you know, a lot of people are like, dude, where's all these 15, 16-year-olds coming out of nowhere deadlifting like 700-800 pounds? I'm like, bro, their fucking T is like at 1,000. You know, they don't look big. They don't look Jamal big. They might be small because they're young, but the T levels are insane. Remember those days where you used to jack off like 5 times a day? Now imagine not jacking off 5 times a day and just lifting hard. That's crazy. That's a crazy amount of testosterone. So all you kids that can get in young, get in young. Especially when that T hits during puberty, you're gonna see some insane growth with all the informed knowledge now too. Ah! 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 I found another use for our sick ass Barbell Brigade knee sleeves. When you have a cheap ass machine like this where there's 0 padding, it hurts your shins. Where you can't even fucking concentrate sometimes. And I know you guys think, wow, it hurts the shins of a world champion Muay Thai fighter. I know, my shins still hurt sometimes. So I put these bad boys on, and I could focus more on the contractions, mind muscle connection and the reps versus the pain in my shins. Last set. I don't even know how many reps that was, but it was a lot. I was trying to hit 12, but with the way I count, it's probably 11. So after squats, we got leg extensions, and then afterwards, I feel like this is really intelligently programmed. We have an upper body movement that is not taxing one bit, but the goal is to spread out rear delt and shoulder and kind of like scapular stability volume across the week, because we're trying to fix my shoulder and we want a really strong bench position. So instead of piling it on some of the other days that already have a ton of exercises and volume, we pile these on at the end of squats where that's really hard, this is medium hard, and then all I have to do is all I have to do is this. And the weightlifting part is over before I move into cardio, which I do have cardio now because we're 8 weeks out, so I got to bring my weight back down. But this is technically the last exercise of the weight training portion. You'll see me mess with my grips from time to time, like here to here, just to see what's the most pain-free. And ideally, when you're 100% healthy, everything should be pain-free. Right now, when I do this, I still have a lot more stress on the AC joint. So I'm like, oop, can't do it this way yet. So I'm doing it this way. But eventually, I do want to get it where I can do it any grip. So I just test little baby tests. Over time, increase the load, decrease the load, change the grips. Just trying to like rehab this whole shoulder. By the way, if you like what I'm rocking, this is the No Limits tee. That was the bulletproof hoodie from our recent classics drop. We brought this back because a lot of people have been asking for it. And every single one has a limited edition BB Classics patch because it's like a retro re-release, including this hat. Check that out, barbellbrigade.com if you want a piece of history, because we probably won't drop this again. It's because this is our 10-year anniversary year, so it makes sense. So if you want a little piece of history that you couldn't get back in the day, or if you want to replenish what you had because it's faded as fuck now, go ahead and barbellbrigade.com and grab yourself a piece of BB history. Last set before I show you what I got to do for cardio. So as I was saying before, we're 8 weeks out. My walking around weight was around 191, 192-ish. I'm competing at 183 or 182.6 to be exact, because it's 83 kilos. So I wanted to dial my weight back down and not take any chances. So not only do I have a lifting coach, I just hired a nutrition coach. Shout outs to Fam. He's helped a lot of like world champions out there dial not only their diet in, but then weight cut if they need it, and just overall like weight, body fat, body composition management. So I don't want to take no chances. I'm really trying to go into Masters, Nationals as hard as I can. So he did prescribe me 20 minutes of cardio, 5 days a week, keeping my heart rate under 120 BPMs, because he doesn't want to fatigue me for my main lifts. So it's dope to have someone that smart in my corner. He has a master's in nutrition. So what I got today is a 20-minute, every 2 minutes on the minute, which means it's 10 rounds and 2-minute rounds. I got bike to keep it under 120 BPMs. Instead of doing 10 cals like I usually do, I only do 8 cals, just so I don't want to fatigue myself, because I still got heavy deads tomorrow. And then I pretty much do Russian twists right after, and I'll be doing that for 10 rounds. And stay tuned for next week, because next week we're gonna drop a video on what a full day's worth of eating looks like for me to stay fueled, feel powerful and strong, still build muscle, but lose fat, specifically all for powerlifting, because powerlifting is different than bodybuilding, where bodybuilding you're just trying to get shredded as possible. Doesn't matter if you squat 500 or 135. Powerlifting, it really matters how you feel every single training session, how much can you give, and how energized and how fueled you are while trying to keep your weight low. So it's a slightly different strategy, so stay tuned for that next week, but let's get into it. Got some notes back from my coach, and he was extremely proud of the 450/2. He was like, fuck yeah, he fucking bodied that shit. But he did give me a note, and it was the same note I told you guys. He was like, but make sure you fully brace before you descend on the second rep, because that's when you can get misaligned, misgroove. Because he was like, you started descending before you took your full breath, which also means the bar isn't lined up over your midfoot. So there could be a possibility where you come down on your toes, come down on your heels, and then you're gonna be fucked. So make sure, brace, find the midfoot pressure, descend. I'm like, yes, coach, I will do that next week for sure, but I'm glad I already was able to finish it during the back offs. Feels really good to start incorporating cardio back this week, because as I was saying, like, powerlifting is one sliver of what I want to accomplish. I like being an overall athlete, dad, husband, you know, all that stuff. So it feels really good to get moving again, get the blood pumping, and then I can already see some of the results in the mirror. I look leaner. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna start dialing it down about 1 pound to 1.5 pounds a week. And I should be at weight pretty much even 3-4 weeks out, which is really, really good. Then I can have maintenance and then let the peak hit. And 8 weeks seems far, but it's literally around the corner. It's in May and we're already in April. So I don't even know how that math works out, but it is 8 weeks, even though we're April, but then it's gonna be end of May, whatever, it doesn't fucking matter. The thing is, coach got his eyes, I just gotta lift, all right? Thank you guys for watching this episode. Remember, the next episode, I go through all my food to keep me dialed in, and BB Classics collection, go to barbellbrigade.com. See you guys in the next episode of Road to Worlds. Peace.